Have you ever wondered what life would truly feel like if you lived alone in your later years? Most people imagine loneliness, silence, maybe even sadness. But what if I told you the truth is far more mysterious, far more powerful, and far more fulfilling than you could ever imagine? What if living alone as an older man could unlock hidden joys, unexpected freedom, and a kind of peace that most people never experience in their entire lifetime? I've walked this path myself, and what I've discovered is not just a list of benefits. It is a journey of self-discovery, freedom, and transformation. And today, I'm going to share with you not just the obvious perks, but the deeper emotional truths about why living alone could be the most enriching chapter of your life. Stick with me until the end, because reason number 7 will completely change the way you see solitude forever. But before we begin, I want you to do something for me. Tell me in the comments, where are you watching from? I love seeing how far our community stretches across the world. And if you haven't already, make sure to hit that subscribe button, because what you're about to hear could shift your perspective on aging, independence, and happiness in ways you never expected. 1. Freedom to be yourself. One of the greatest yet most underrated joys of living alone as an older man is this: the absolute freedom to be you. I read a story online of a man in his 60s who discovered his love for painting after moving in alone. He turned his living room into a small studio, and for the first time in years, he painted until midnight, free from the worry of disturbing anyone else. That's the kind of hidden freedom you unlock. The power to dive into your passions, no matter how unusual they may seem. 2. Peace and quiet that heals the soul. Think about it. After decades of family responsibilities, work stress, and constant noise, doesn't your soul crave peace? Living alone gives you the priceless gift of tranquility. I can still picture the very first Sunday morning I spent alone. The world outside was silent, the kind of silence you can almost hear. I sat by the window with my coffee, listening to nothing but the birds. It felt like time had stopped. That peace allowed me to reconnect with myself in ways I hadn't felt in years. For many older men, this peace becomes a kind of medicine, helping them think clearly, reflect deeply, and appreciate the small joys of life. Imagine sipping your tea in silence, watching the sun rise, knowing this moment belongs only to you. That's not loneliness. That's freedom in its purest form. 3. Personal growth and self-discovery. Here's a secret no one talks about. Living alone can actually accelerate your personal growth. When you're no longer distracted by constant noise, you finally have the space to listen to your inner voice. During one chapter of my life, I felt like I had lost touch with myself. But solitude gave me back my clarity. I began journaling again, something I hadn't done in decades. And in those pages, I rediscovered my old dreams. I also came across a man online who moved into a cabin by a lake after his marriage ended. In that solitude, he found not sadness, but transformation. He read philosophy, practiced meditation, and peeled away the weight of society's expectations until he found his truest self. That's the kind of rebirth solitude can bring. 4. Control over your environment. Living alone means every inch of your space reflects you. Want your home spotless? Do it. Want a little clutter? That's your choice. You're the designer, the curator, the creator of your environment. One friend of mine transformed a spare room into a gallery of vintage cameras, his lifelong passion. He told me that just walking into that room every morning filled him with pride. Another gentleman filled his home with books and antiques, turning it into a museum of his own life story. That's the magic of control. It's not about perfection, it's about authenticity. 5. Financial independence. At first, living alone may seem more expensive, but here's the twist. Many men actually find greater financial independence. Downsizing, managing only your own expenses, and setting your priorities allows you to live smarter, freer, and more fulfilled. I know a retiree who sold his large house and moved into a smaller place downtown. He not only saved money, but also finally had the financial freedom to travel, celebrate his 70th birthday in Europe, and live life on his terms. Solitude, in this sense, can be the doorway to financial freedom. 6. Mental health and healing. Living alone is not just peaceful, it can actually heal your mind. Seven, stronger relationships. Here's the paradox. Living alone can actually make your relationships stronger. Why? Because your time with others becomes intentional, not forced. When I started living alone, I found that I looked forward to time with family and friends. Every meeting, every conversation became richer, more meaningful. One man shared how his bond with his children actually grew once they no longer lived under the same roof. Their visits became filled with love and genuine connection, not obligation. 8. Independence and confidence. Solitude teaches you something priceless: confidence in your own independence. From cooking to fixing a leaky faucet, every challenge you overcome becomes proof of your strength. I remember fixing something small in my house for the first time. It wasn't just about the repair. It was about proving to myself that I could stand strong on my own. That sense of accomplishment stays with you. 9. Rediscovering simple pleasures. Living alone as an older man is not about loneliness, it's about liberation. It's about rediscovering yourself, controlling your space, enjoying peace, growing financially, and healing mentally. It is about turning solitude into strength and making this chapter of your life the most rewarding yet. So let me ask you this. If you had the chance to design your life exactly the way you wanted, what would it look like? Share your thoughts in the comments. I'd love to hear your journey. And before you go, don't forget to like this video, subscribe to the channel, and hit the bell icon so you never miss powerful insights designed to help you live stronger, freer, and more fulfilled. Because remember, this chapter of your life doesn't have to be the quietest. It could be the most extraordinary.